Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek News here with Sean Brown from Eagle Games and Griffin Games, looking at Triassic Terror by Peter Hawes. Hoping he can give an overview of the game while I hold this camera somewhat steady.
Hi Eric, how's it going? This is I'm going to give you a brief rundown of how Triassic Terror works. At its core, it's an area control game. It also has some elements of role selection, like a Puerto Rico style. And what's going to happen is players are going to place their little dino meeples down on the initial boards, and they're going to try to migrate into these different areas. They're going to score points for more areas that they can have more control in. So having a bunch of dinosaurs here is going to earn you 2 points. Having them over here might earn you 4. And then having a presence in all 4 locations would score you bonus points as well. Game's played over 3 different periods: Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. You're going to play 3 turns and then score based on your positions on the board. And then you're going to move into a new era, play another 3 turns, score, another 3 turns, score, and highest score is going to win. So in my opinion, the crux of the game is the role selection. And I want to just give a brief overview of what the roles do, and that'll kind of give you an idea of how we can place people, move them on the board, manipulate things, and score points. The first is a new environment. And the reason I have this blue-colored dino on here is to represent, if I was the blue player and that's the role I wanted to select, I would put my marker there to signify that's my color, that's what blue's doing this turn, that's what pink's doing this turn, that's what orange is doing this turn.
So we're all going to choose roles and then take them out in turn. So we see what everyone else is doing first.
Correct. So, and even then as these come, right, so the first player, this is also first player for the next round by taking this role. And so you do know where these numbers are. So the first player here took a new environment. And what a new environment allows you to do is take one of your herd tokens here. This is worth 3, whereas Dino Meeple's only worth 1. This lets you take 3 dinos and put them in any new environment. It could be an environment you're already in, or you could say, oh, I'm going to jump over here and plop down here in this 7 point over here in the red environment. Okay, so super helpful tile. This is the herd growth. So let's say that I had 4 over here and my competitor had, better example would be up here in the 8, and I had a competitor with 5 here. I could see that maybe they were going to migrate into my area, which would cause me to disperse and they would take that area away from me. So I might want to do herd growth, which allows me to add 2 more dino meeples to any one herd on a turn. Okay. And then over here we have herd migration. Now migration's pretty cool because it allows you to break a herd up from a big herd into a small one, and you can even do things like jump over to another environment, or move up directly, or even shift to the side. And during a herd migration, you can move 2 dinos. The hatch feature is twofold. The hatch will give you 3 new dinosaurs that have hatched, and then you get to place those in an area where you already have a herd. And then it also allows you to place the raptor. And the raptor is pretty vicious because wherever I place this, that's most likely where the T-Rex is going to show up. So if I'm heavy in one area and another, I might want to put it way away from me so I have a less likely chance that the T-Rex comes, pops up and he eats lots of dinos when he comes out on the board. Which, ironically, the next tile there is the T-Rex tile. And when somebody collects that, they get to move the T-Rex. And say the last player to move it was orange, that's why we have an orange T-Rex. And if I'm the blue player and I selected T-Rex, I'd replace him with my blue T-Rex, and then I would get to move him around and eat a bunch of other people's dinosaurs, which definitely helps in an area control game. See, not have other dinosaurs all the time. And
Definite area control with conflict.
Yes.
You gotta have that.
A little bit of combat, but a peaceful way of combat. It doesn't feel so bad when the T-Rex eats your dinos. It's not quite as bad as combat when somebody hostilely moves in and takes you out. Right. For whatever reason, when you're eaten by a dino,
it's an act of God.
Right. It's right. He's just a mediator, carnivore. It's no big deal. And then last but not least is the Raptors. And that's what this guy looks like. And they start out here like this on the board. And they're kind of like the T-Rexes. They go around eating dinos from all the herds. But they only eat 2. As opposed to this guy eats 5. So he can wipe out an entire herd. He can just go over and munch a couple and, make it smaller, but you still have some area control. So. But that gives you at least a broad brush overview of what the roles do. Gives you the idea of area control meets role selection. Pretty cool little game. It goes pretty quickly, actually. All things
with a double-sided board you had mentioned before for a number of players.
Yeah, so if you have more players, you can have more areas on one side or less on the other. This is designed by Peter Haas, who has done some pretty amazing games over the last few years. I'm a big fan of colonial diplomacy, Heads of State, War of the Roses. So, some pretty decent stuff, and I hope you guys like it.
And due out in April 2013?
Yeah, late April 2013.
Thanks for the overview, Sean.
Thanks, guys.